Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today we are taking a look at a little game called Aven Colony. Now, I will apologise ahead of time if my voice is a little bit thick, as I just had a sneezing fit and it's all settling down. So Aven Colony, it's a great game. I got it free off the Epic Game Store a little while back. It is normally available for £25, either off of Epic or off of Steam. I had a quick look for you guys. It's done by Mothership Entertainment LLC and is published by Team 17 Digital Limited. Now, Team 17 is a name from my past, being a previous Amiga user. Team 17 was a bit of a mark of quality back in the day. Less so nowadays, I must admit. I mean, certainly for something that they didn't program and are just publishing, but not in this case. This game is actually a lot of fun. So you're set on a planet called Aven Prime, and you are there to establish a colony. And it has all the gaming tropes and hallmarks you would expect. It kind of plays a little bit like a cross between Planet Base and SimCity. So you have the Planet Base sort of outer space building gear. And also you have like the SimCity stuff where there's actual politics going on as well. So you have to win elections and stuff. I've played a few missions in it now. They seem to be, well, scenarios I should say. There are missions within, so it's like, we'll give you this amount of resource as a reward if you do this. So say you want to export 100 melons. Yes, that's a thing. Export 100 melons for like 50 pasta, and we will give you X amount of nanobots which you use to build things. Sounds good. So you do get a load of missions, and I really like it. It's really well done. So basically you have like a row across the bottom that shows you all of your sort of assets, so your air quality, your happiness of your colonists, your food, your power, your water, all that good stuff. It also has a number as well in some of them, which shows you if you're losing or are gaining assets. So if you're operating at like a loss, a deficit, or a positive, which is really handy. But then if you hover over them, it gives you a much better breakdown. It will tell you how many units of food you have per colonist, whether that's a good amount to have or not. You can go in and you can look at what specific types of food you are. So you can change your farms to grow different crops. Some crops are edible, some crops are not. Some crops can be processed into edible items. Others are used in industry, which you unlock with a research centre by researching new recipes, and then obviously erect factories to build those. It's all very much sort of a balancing game. So growing a colony is very much like Planet Base in that you have to be very circumspect about doing it. Because if you have too many colonists, yes, they're filling up more jobs and making things more efficient, because that if you've got a power plant and it's only got half the staff, then it's not going to be as efficient as a fully manned power plant, for instance. But then you also have to pay attention as to where they're going. So you can prioritize jobs in a farm, for instance, if you're low on food. You also have to contend with winter. Winter comes around and covers about half the year. I thought it was bad in England. Fucking hell. Covers about half the year. And during that time, your farms are not as productive. Neither are your solar generators, stuff like that. So you sort of have to have a bulk to sort of live off during the winter. Think Amity Island's economy. There you go. We need them summer dollars. There you are. And it's just a really nice game. I mean, it's not... It is pretty forgiving, depending on the difficulty level in which you select. There are a lot. And it is extremely clear what it is raising and lowering for each of them. I'm not a particular fan of struggle. I quite like opulence, so obviously the easier levels are for me. But you don't just have to worry about balancing your colony, because you can be balanced in it. Everything's going nice, and wham! Lightning strike. So, what do? You put up. Sorry, that sneeze is still haunting me. Or that series of sneeze. I never sneeze once. I always sneeze like 5 or 6 times. I don't know. Maybe I should see a doctor. It's fucking weird, and annoying, and leaves me a gloppy mess. But there you go. Less about my son. This is more about the game. I know. So you put up a lightning rod, and this covers a certain area and will absorb any lightning strikes and actually channel it into your energy reserves, which is beautiful. You also encounter hostiles, in which case you can erect plasma turrets and other stuff like that. You can have, much like in Startopia, you have like your little builder drones that fly around and sort of build things with beams and stuff. You can also have a police variety to help with that. And it's just a really nice chill game. You don't have to play it fast paced. You can just let things occur naturally, and the interface, as I said, is just excellent in terms of displaying what information you need, being able to expand it quite easily. I did have a little... I was kind of umming and arguing about how I got certain products when I first started playing it, but then you discover, oh, there's a checkbox on your farms, and if you check it, it unghosts like all the farming options, because you can have it just so that you grow edible crops basically, but if you turn that off, you grow sort of anything from the list, which is lovely. You can upgrade buildings. There's research to be done. In fact, you can, the stuff that you make, you don't just have to export, can be used by your populace. For instance, you can get like happy pills, just saying, to keep your populace a little bit happier, or energy drinks to keep you a bit more zest. So there's a lot to do in it. You will get to the point where you're just putting on the same buildings as you expand, but there's a whole variety of scenarios, each with sort of increasing difficulty. I haven't done the one called Death Valley because that sounds horrible. But there are snowy vistas, jungles. I think the very first one you get is in the jungle, and presumably deserts as well. That Death Valley certainly sounds like a desert to me. Alien fauna, dropped cargo. There's all sorts for you to explore and mine and build. It's nothing genre breaking, but it does it really nicely. Now, it's not a new game. It was released in July 2017. But for a 4-year-old game, it looks pretty good. It's not the prettiest game I've ever seen, but it's far from the ugliest. And as I say, it just plays really nicely. They've put a lot of thought into how to streamline it, and also what information is most helpful to you to have on hand, and the ease of which getting further information is also done is just a joy. And this is a game that I've put far too many hours into because it's just such an easy play. You know, you're like, I got, I'm up early tomorrow, I've got too long, I've got work to bang on, I don't really want to get into anything too intense where I might, like, be at 1 o'clock. I just put an Aven colony. Aven colony, yes. Wearing lipstick, lovely. Aven colony, and just spend an hour or two just doing that, just slightly expanding, getting your stocks together. There's always something to do in it as well. It's always that whole balancing thing is you're never level. At least I'm never level. Jesus Christ, I'm terrible at everything though, so you probably will be. But there's always like, oh wow, I've got this going nice, but now I don't have enough stores, so we need a new storeroom. Oh, bang the mic, never mind. Or okay, I've got more colonists, and we're generating more power because of that, but I need more water in it. So there's always something to be getting on with it. It's always like spinning plates, but like at a really, really slow speed. So you're just like traipsing between one and the other, and just give it a slight touch every now and again. That sort of thing. That's the best way I can describe just like trying to balance your colony. And you will always be getting more colonists coming in as well. So it's not pressuring to any great degree, but there is like this sense of, okay, so I've got more people, which means my air quality is going down, which means I need places to stay, which means I need jobs to do, which means they're going to be eating water. Yes, we eat water. Drinking water and eating food, perhaps, might be a better way of putting that. But so you're always like having to push yourself on, and then when you're doing, say, you need more power, so you put another power station to build more things because you need another house. You put more of the house in, but your air quality's gone down, so you put. You see what I mean? It's just it's quite reactive, but it's reactive at quite a chill sort of fashion. I mean, you can speed the game up. But I think the default speed's just a lovely way to play it, and there's really no need to be darting about and like worrying and all this. It's just like, yep, I'm not generating as much food now. We'll build a farm. Oh, I need to build a power station. Okay, well, we'll do that first then. There we go. Rather than, oh my god, everything's running out. What are we doing? Nah. That's not the way I enjoy playing it. I imagine if you ramped up the speed as far as you went and left it there, it would be somewhat more stressful. But yeah, it's a definite recommend from me. As I said, it's a lovely game to just chill out to. You've got a couple hours. Yeah, just spend a few hours just building your colony slightly bigger and then leaving it. Still gonna be there when you get back. You just come back and you're like, okay, let's build that building. Yeah, I like it. It does have mostly positive reviews on Steam, across all reviews and recent reviews, so it's obviously quite well regarded. If a little bit older, as I said, I mean, I got it for free. I probably wouldn't have come across it. It was never like a heralded game or anything that I was aware of and had to play. But I got it through on Epic, so I played it, and it's bloody good. So £25 or your regional equivalent will get you a Aven colony game where you can spend your time for many, many hours erecting your perfect colony. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for this week. I'm still really, well, snotty. Snottier than usual, anyway. Yes, quite. That's all I've got for this week, so let me know down below if you've played Aven Colony and what you think of it. And also let me know what other games like this do you like. I mean, I have a particular weakness for Planet Base. It's very similar to this, it's just sort of on a much smaller scale. And you can like see the colonists in Aven Colony, but they're tiny and just inside of buildings, whereas Planet Base, you sort of have them wandering around the place, which I quite like. I like seeing the ins and outs of the colony as it does. And Planet Base also has the ability to put stuff inside of rooms, which is nice. I think Aven Colony works fine as it is because it's on a much bigger scale. I mean, you wouldn't want like SimCity where you have to decorate all the apartments. That would just be tosh and boring. You buy the Sims for that. So it's kind of like that dichotomy. Anyway, guys, that's me done for this week. You take it easy. Hope you have a nice weekend. I'll probably be at work right now. Never mind. Take it easy, guys. I'll catch you later.